I'm Emilio Pesmino, and today we're on the mighty Amazon River of Brazil. Check this out, it's like almost like we're in the ocean. It's so big. It's the largest river system in the world. And right now we're gonna go look for a special kind of dolphin that lives in this river, known locally as the Botó, Corjihosa, also known as the pink river dolphin. They're actually not that rare to find. We're gonna find one right here on this dock. We feed them. Problem is, there's gonna be a lot of tourists around here, so let's see if we can get a good episode out of this.
Here we have pink river dolphin right in front of us. You see what the guy is feeding it.
As soon as we got into the water, these curious mammals swam right up to us, and that allowed me to get a much closer look at them than when I first saw them at a distance last time I was in the Amazon. It surprised me how vastly different they looked from oceanic dolphins like the bottlenose. The first thing I noticed was the lack of a dorsal fin. Instead, they have a long ridge that runs down the lower back. Also, unlike other dolphins, they have the ability to rotate their heads up to 90 degrees because their neck vertebrae aren't fused. Their eyes are also really small, which isn't much of a problem when they swim through the dark waters of the Rio Negro because they rely heavily on their echolocation to navigate. In Brazil, they're known locally as Boto Corjihosa, and there are many legends that surround these animals, including stories that at night they take human form and seduce young men and women. They are very social animals and can be found at a higher density than any other member of the cetacean family, which includes whales and dolphins. They also have the most diverse diet of any cetacean, consuming over 50 different species of fish, as well as freshwater shrimp, crabs, and even turtles. The pink river dolphin is actually one of two species of dolphin that lives in the Amazon. The other one is called the tucuxi. These dolphins are much more skittish and generally don't approach people. They're also smaller and gray instead of pink. However, despite the fact that they live exclusively in fresh water, they're not considered river dolphins because their morphology and physical characteristics are much more similar to other oceanic dolphins. This classification becomes even stranger when you consider another species called the La Plata dolphin, which lives further south around Argentina and Uruguay. They do not inhabit fresh water, preferring estuaries in the oceans, yet are still considered river dolphins due to their morphology. Confusing, isn't it? The pink river dolphin was formerly considered to be just one species, but recently those living in a specific river system in Brazil were determined to be distinct enough to be elevated to the species status, called the Araguayan river dolphin. There were also some who considered the Bolivian river dolphin to be its own species, but for the most part it's still only a subspecies. Unfortunately, these magnificent animals were placed on the red list of endangered species earlier this year. Their biggest threats are habitat loss as the development on the river continues to expand, and accidentally being caught in nets while hunting for fish. There's also a very cruel and illegal practice carried out by some fishermen where they will kill the dolphins so that the carcass will attract a type of scavenger fish called the piracachinga. The reason these dolphins are so friendly is because they have developed a close relationship with the guides who feed them fish. However, this practice is carefully regulated by Brazilian environmental agencies, who issue permits to the guides after a rigorous training. An interesting fact I learned from talking with the guides is that many of them are former fishermen who at one point definitely competed with the dolphins for fish and may at some point have accidentally or perhaps even intentionally killed some of them. Apart from the fact that it's a much more environmentally ethical profession, the main reason they made the transition is because it made more economic sense, as they make more money this way, and like I mentioned in the previous video visiting the fish market, the fish stocks in the Amazon are in decline due to overexploitation. This is yet another example of how ecotourism is a viable solution to combat some of the biggest threats to biodiversity, such as poaching and habitat loss, as it effectively integrates environmental protection with local economic development. As I saw the dolphins dive back into the murky depths of the Rio Negro, I knew our Amazonian adventure had come to a close. However, we're not leaving Brazil just yet, because how could I go without paying a visit to my old home state of Sao Paulo?
This is an awesome adventure, guys. We have right here the pink river dolphin. such a great opportunity to feed this really rare animal. Bueno muchachos, till next time.
If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like and comment down below. And if you haven't already, subscribe so you don't miss out on any new adventures by clicking the channel icon right above. Or click here to watch another video. And as always, thanks for watching.